Hello,
Oh, wow.
everybody.
Hey, happy January 28th.
Yeah, it's January 2022, our first official stream of the year. We're so happy to have you all here. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't been a part of the stream before, you might not notice, but for anyone who has been a regular viewer of our stream, you may see that things are a little different. We have a clear introductory screen here showing casing our names, and you might notice that we also have a special guest with us today. He has been my white whale of streaming guests. He is one of our core team members, a developer who works with us on the game. His name is Ryan. Ryan, say hello.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Do you want to just talk a little bit about yourself?
Why are you on this team? What do you do?
I don't do anything, and that's how I get away with it.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm one of the main developers that pretty much do programming for the game, and I pretty much do just about almost everything you can think of relating to bug fixes, implementing new stuff, getting new features in. I kind of have my toes dipped in just about a little bit of everything. Uh, yeah, that's kind of what I do. Pretty much, I put out the fires that get introduced in the form of bugs most of the time, and sometimes I'm the one that sets things on fire. But let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And you're doing a lot of Unity programming. That's what we spend our time in.
Yes.
Yeah, we normally work in Unity. I know it eludes me, so whenever I see you guys working on something, it's really cool. I always admire from afar. Andrew, why don't you introduce yourself for our new viewers
Oh,
here as well?
right. Yeah. So my name's Andrew, also known as Lunch, and I'm the game designer for Cell Singularity. I also do a lot of programming, but Ryan is does a ton too. So we're Ryan's kind of taken over the system stuff. I feel like you know a lot about a lot of the internal systems, like the different like the payouts for the geodes and the suns, and then a lot of the way the economy works and stuff. And then I've been focusing a lot more on front end um, things, but yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of we all kind of do a little bit of everything on the programming side.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing like everyone has their own different developing specialties. While I'm not involved in developing at all, I'm Emily. I am our social media manager, and I work alongside the community and make sure that we have fun events for you guys. I usually manage the streams and also help create fun monthly contests for you guys. So that's something else we're going to be touching upon today. I don't know how many people are here because of that, but there's the satellite launch your own satellite contest that we had this month, and it's closed, and the winners will be announced on this stream today. So look forward to that. But first, we're gonna share some more fun stuff about what's happening in the game. So let's just start to pull into that. So welcome again, everybody. Happy to have you here. Uh, One thing about this patch, I know that we started working on a while ago, was a really cool update to the Earth skin in the Beyond Garden. I know, I think I teased this on social sometime in December. So I I really wanted to share it with everyone because I thought it was really pretty, and it's a really neat feature seeing Earth like lit up in a more realistic way. So, Andrew, if you want to talk a little bit about what the upcoming features of the patch
Yes.
is going to be, that and the patch is going to be released relatively soon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yeah. So we have been. You haven't heard too much from us for the past month, but we have been very busy working on a few things. And the first thing is there's a lot of adjustments coming to the Beyond expansion, um, and we added a few things to the garden. One is the Earth now has lights, basically. So if you live in a city on Earth, you can see where your lights might be in the evening time. And that's a really unique quality of Earth, that it has like there's like a society living there, and they have lights, so that's neat to see it in space. Another thing that we spent a lot of time on is the zooming. I guess, Emily, you're going to show more about the zooming in
Oh
a
yeah,
second.
I have
Um,
a little bit of a choppy GIF here, but
yep.
it's a GIF featuring this new feature nonetheless. I had a great
Yeah.
time zooming in on all the planets.
Yeah, so we spent so much time getting all these planet textures in there, and the moon textures, and we notice currently in the mobile version and the PC version, you can't get that close to them. Like they only get like so big on the screen, and I know for me, I want to zoom in really close and like look at all the things. Like for Jupiter, I want to look at the great big spot. So what we did is we changed the camera so you can now like zoom in twice as close to things, and you can really see the details on these moons and planets. Um, so that is something. It's more of just an aesthetic improvement, but if you're a lover of space, you'll be able to see the planets in a lot more detail. Um, and that's yeah. So that's a big improvement for the garden view. We also have done some performance optimizations. So the solar garden should run faster. Players on mobile phones, it should be running at a little faster. We had to optimize some of the orbit lines that you see in the game. Those are can be quite expensive for the phones to render. So we decreased the resolution of those. So sometimes they're a little chunkier, the orbits. You can see the polygons, but it's going to run a lot smoother.
Well, I'm personally really excited
Yep.
about this feature. I think it's going to be a nice update to the Beyond, just to improve certain qualities that have been like lacking a little
Yeah.
bit. I know every time our team was playtesting, I was a little frustrated when I couldn't zoom in on the planets fully. So I'm glad to see it finally
Yeah.
brought into the game.
Yeah, and we also added, I think in the last minor update, we added options to hide the lines and the UI when you're in the photo mode, because it's a lot of fun to kind of zone out and just look at these planets. So we want to give you an opportunity to really appreciate the beauty of the solar system.
Hmm.
Um, oh, someone just commented, high tech Mario said they want to see the green Mars in the Beyond. That's a great point. Yes, we'll try to slip that into this expansion. So if you've unlocked the Mars terraforming in the main game, we'll switch the texture in the Beyond so it looks the way it should be. It's that's a really great idea.
Very cool. I know alongside these features, there's something that we've also been working on since December that originally we were just going to keep it pretty small, but it kind of ended up becoming something larger based on other ideas that we have for the future. And that is our James Webb Space Telescope live event that is happening. We wanted to celebrate the launch and do it in a fun way that's unique to Cell to Singularity. And that is going to be in the form of a live event, which is something we haven't really done before. And I know, Andrew, you have big ideas and plans for this, so it'd be fun to just show people what we have in store for it, give them a little sneak peek, and see what they think.
Sounds good. Yeah. So this is so if you were here last month, we were teasing the James Webb event, and last month we thought we would have it finished like really quick, but we kind of got stuck in development, and we wanted to add a few ideas to it. So we've kind of expanded upon that idea, but we're really excited about kind of the potential for these events that we might do in the future. So the James Webb is a prototype or a pilot for our idea of doing kind of these shorter form events that are about specific topics that have their own evolution tree and their own currencies, but they're more short. Like you could do them in a few days. So it's kind of a fun, shorter gameplay, but you get to learn a lot about a very specific topic.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, I don't
Well,
know what
yeah.
the next screenshot is. So.
Well, this is just a little sneak peek at what's going to be posted
Yeah.
on social, so I just wanted to give people a heads up. Like, we most likely are going to end up doing more live events in the future. So when we have those planned and those launch in the game, something within this format will be posted on social, so you know what to look out for. Right now, I see some people saying that it's already live, but actually, it's currently in beta. And you might recognize it because there's like this little icon here that says beta. That's in the game if you are enrolled in our beta program.
So for beta testers, we started doing beta testing on the event a few days ago, and I think it's not active right now, but we have a new version that's going to be coming out, I think, the middle of Saturday, and that has a bunch of improvements to the live event. We also added the quest system. I think players that were trying it out noticed you couldn't unlock the objectives, so that is going to be in there. And we fixed a few other bugs. So yeah, if you are a beta tester, keep an eye out on Saturday. We have an update to that version, and we're excited to show you how that's coming along. And Emily's showing two new things actually. One is the event button. So the live events, they're only available for a limited amount of time. So when the James Webb event goes live, it'll actually only be available for about 4 days. So you have 4 days to try to beat the James Webb event, and then once it's over, it's not available. We will be doing reruns of it, so we'll probably do it like again 2 weeks later or 4 weeks later as we work on new content. But part of the idea is like you have to kind of check in when it's available and try to win the prizes that are available. So this is kind of where the button's going to be, and you see it says like 6 hours 27 minutes, so that means there's a certain amount of time left. Another interesting thing on that shot, actually, Emily, if you go back to that screen,
Sure.
I just wanted to show we're also experimenting with a new world switcher button. If you're a player of Cell to Singularity, you notice sometimes we have different buttons for the world switcher in like the dinosaurs and the beyond. So we're trying to make sure we have the same button graphic in all the universes. So we were experimenting with this. I don't know if this is going to be the final one, but we were experimenting with how do we allow people to show their progress across the different things. So the blue sphere is like the number of universe reboots in the main simulation. The green one is your rank on the Mesozoic Valley, and the purple one is your progress on the Beyond. So we're playing around with that. So let us know what you think about that. We're still working on it.
Yeah, everything here is also subject to change. Most of the stuff that we share on our live streams, in case it wasn't obvious before, that's just always something important to keep in mind as well. I did show this a little prematurely, but just to give you some context for this, the limited time events, they're going to be kind of in their, I don't want to say their own bubble universe, but that kind of is what it's like. When you load in the limited time event, you'll be taken to a special little tree that it lives on, and I think the gameplay for it is pretty cool.
Yeah, these are essentially another universe, or we're trying to come up with a name. I was calling it neural network printer, but it's some sort of like it's like you're researching a separate topic where you're trying to create this separate branch of evolution to understand more about it. So it's completely separate from the main game, the Beyond. It's in its own space. And here you're looking at kind of the beginning of what the James Webb tree looks like. So we start by talking a little bit about why you even need to make a space telescope, because we have telescopes on the ground. So why aren't those good enough? Why do we need to put something in space? So you learn a little bit about that, and then here you see the origins node. I think it's I forget what scientists were featuring there, but you'll learn a little bit about the history and purpose for creating a satellite. And then we talk about Hubble, which is a satellite that came before the James Webb. So there's a lot of research that's gone into this too. So I think this event alone has like almost at this point maybe 40 different research nodes with tooltips. So as you're playing, you're going to get a real in-depth understanding of like why the James Webb even exists, what its goals are, what it was like to develop the thing, and then a little bit about the journey of it going out in space, where it recently arrived. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of questions in the comments section right now, and I'm just gonna let you all know that for anyone who hasn't really seen our live streams before, we have a Q&A session towards the end of the show. So if you have any questions that we aren't getting to right now, hold on to them and ask away once we start that Q&A session. And also another cool thing about this live event that's coming up that I personally think is one of my favorite things is the 3D model that you can slowly start to reveal once you make your progress through the tree.
Yeah, so there most of the gameplay of the James Webb event happens on the tree. You're buying upgrades. You have generators that are earning a currency dedicated to this event. I think it looks kind of like the mirrors of the James Webb, but on the side there's also we want to you're kind of creating this thing. So we have a 3D model of the James Webb, and you're starting to like flesh it out, almost like it's like a hologram in the beginning, and then it turns into more of a wireframe, and eventually you'll create the entire 3D model. Um,
Yeah, I know originally you experimented with I forget what the term was, but like these little cubes that would collect and then form the 3D model, but then you changed it to the shader of like the 3D model being in like a blueprint sort of style, which I really like. I think that's a little more fitting of the cell style as well.
yeah, so this is some yeah, you'll also see this. Yeah, the voxel. Yeah, we had this voxel thing.
Voxel.
We might slip it in. We're still struggling. We're like, how do we make it feel like you're building this 3D model over the course of the game? We're trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Also, a question that I'm seeing a lot of is people asking when this live event is going to be. Um, Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I think right now we're getting very close, so we're excited to do we have an update that has a lot of improvements coming out Saturday. We'll test it for 4 days, and then at that point, we're probably pretty close to doing the final build. But we have to do these events. We may have professional translators do the events because it's if it's only for 4 days, we want to make sure the translation's good for all languages. So this Monday we have to finalize all the text, and then we'll send it off to get translated, which probably takes about 4 days. So it might be, yeah, I mean, it might be 2 weeks from now, because I think we haven't decided. I think if the event runs 4 days, it's probably like good to start it on a Thursday and then let people have the weekend to play it, and then they can finish up on Monday. I'm not sure what other games do for timelines.
Yeah, I mean, our deadline is a little flexible. We're trying to figure out when the best time is to release it, based on also our beta feedback and internally what our team feels is best. But when we are ready for it to go fully live and it'll be available across all platforms, you'll know based on the graphic that we have for you. Let me see this one. It will go out on all our social channels. So again, if you're not following us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those, do so now. So that way, as soon as the event goes live, you'll know because of this graphic.
Yeah, and also in the game, that button that we showed, there'll be a countdown 2 days before the event starts. You'll see like a countdown that's saying event starts in 2 days, so you can plan for when it's going to start.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be lots of fun. It's something new that is pretty unique to the Cells universe, so we hope you all enjoy it. Oh, I know this event, you weren't as heavily involved in it as Andrew was, Ryan, so I'm just going to put you in the spotlight a little bit, because it's not every day we have you on the stream. I'm really glad that you've been able to join us for this stream today. So I just wanted to highlight some of the stuff that you've been working on internally on the team, because you've made a really big footprint with the Beyond expansion that we did. You've touched certain areas that like it wouldn't be the cool expansion that it is without you. So I just kind of wanted to highlight and let people know what you worked on. For me, I'm super glad that you worked on like the constellation system. That's really unique, and I know how hard you pushed for it at the beginning of the of development. So it'd be fun to just hear a little bit about your thoughts about that.
Yeah. So yeah, as Emily said, I didn't really do too much in the James Webb event. But I did do, I guess, a lot in the development for the Beyond. I mean, if you guys have played the Beyond, I guess a few things that you might have seen that I really pushed for the Beyond were the constellations. So the constellations are kind of like a system where you kind of collect As you play the game, you'll slowly collect these stars, and then these stars will just kind of form constellations. They'll give you various bonuses. That's something I really pushed for, and I mean, I hope you guys liked it. Another thing that I added was the dispatch missions. So those are like the timed missions where you kind of just, you can start it and like 2 hours later you can claim it. That's another thing that I really push for. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what to
Yeah.
say. I really wanted them in
The,
the game, so
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah.
I put them
The
in the game.
Yeah, you were really hyped to get the dispatch missions in there. What was your inspiration for that? There was a few other games that you were playing that you were like you like that mechanic of like setting things and then coming back later.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, our game is an idle game, so I thought this mechanic was kind of like a perfect fit. You know, kind of just to set it and forget it and get rewards. So you get rewarded for playing the game and coming back to claim your rewards. So that was kind of a reason why I wanted to add them, and also like it kind of lets us do some cool stuff. So again, if you've played the Beyond, you've seen that we kind of have sometimes we have missions that require you to do um, the missions to advance. For example, really early on, you need to get Phobos to advance in the ranks, and that was kind of a way to kind of mix up. A lot of the comments we had on the dinosaurs was like, you guys thought we needed more mission variety, so that was a way that we tried to add more variety for you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, and obviously I play a lot of mobile games, and I did really like that feature, so we decided to steal it.
Oh, very nice. I mean, I remember when dispatch missions were first introduced into Beyond during development, it was probably the biggest feature to have undergone like tremendous change. I remember it starting off as just like this little thing where you can like just gather dark matter, and then like it developed into something that would help production for like different kinds of celestial bodies. And I really liked seeing that change and seeing it develop over time and what your thought process was on that. So I just think it's really interesting. And also, I know this isn't a feature in the game, but this is something that happened uh, internally with the team when we were developing for it. Probably now, like what, over a year ago, we wanted to do a plants expansion, and I know Ryan, you've been heading the development for that. So for everyone who asks when is plants coming, it will happen at some point in the future. But we had some sort of a base for it, and Ryan was definitely also the one who pushed the most for a plants expansion. So if anyone here is a big plants fan, you would probably get along with Ryan.
Yeah, we still do have the kind of prototype of the plants, but yeah, I that'd be cool. I'd like the plant expansion. Uh, yeah, circling back to the dispatch. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I actually forgot. It was actually planned the dispatch to be or the research missions to be a very small part of the game,
Mhm.
and it kind of grew into this because we realized we could use the mechanic for as a bigger part of the game. I think initially, in fact, I wanted it to be kind of like I remember now. One of the reasons, the original reason why we wanted to put it in was because again, in the dinosaurs, we saw that a lot of people struggled to get the upgrade currency. So in the dinosaurs, you needed a currency called mutagen to upgrade your dinosaur cards. And the only way to get that was obviously through loot boxes. And as you get further in the dinosaurs, that kind of dries out, and you get less and less of the currency. So actually, in fact, I remember now, we wanted to add that these dispatch research missions as a way to get more of the currency as you get farther into the game. But fortunately enough, it kind of changed and evolved, I guess, in a sense, to be a bigger part of the game, which is a good thing, I guess.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent it, and we're calling them dispatch missions. That was always the original name, but in the game, we refer to them as astronomy
I
missions
mean,
or astronomy research. Yeah,
yeah, it's
Yeah.
but
changed. We still call them dispatch. Then they got changed to, I think, research mission.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then I think we finally landed on astronomy mission.
Yeah.
Uh,
Again, like it's gone through so much change, both like with the title and the mechanics. Well, I think
yeah.
yeah. So I just wanted to, sorry for putting you in the spotlight like that, but I just wanted to share with everyone your role on the team because it's important, and I'm just happy that you're here on the stream with us. Um, so thank you, Ryan, and everyone say hi, and to Ryan. And
Ryan, they want to know, are you a duck or a goose?
I believe the picture is of a duck.
Okay, you're a duck.
So that
it
is
is a
the
cute
answer.
duck. Yeah, this is his picture on Discord,
Yeah.
so you know
Yeah.
who he is.
Programmers can never show their face. It's a
Yeah,
rule.
it's a rule. It's a
Yeah.
rule. It's in the contract. We
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah,
It's
whenever
not that I haven't got a camera. I haven't bought a camera for the longest time.
whenever we have our Zoom meetings, we never see Ryan's face, so this is pretty normal for us.
Actually, you used to see it until my webcam on my laptop broke.
Oh yeah, no,
You
like
did used to see it in the early part of my story arc. You did see it.
very early for a brief moment. It felt like.
Yeah, and then if we have a new team member get introduced, I get on the Zoom call with my phone so you
Mhm.
can see my face, so they can see my face.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably should get a camera. But honestly, at this point, the mysterious, the mysterious, I've cultivated a mysterious kind of image, so
Yes.
maybe
No.
we have to keep that now.
Yeah, I feel like it's a part of you now. It's just kind of what's expected. But anyway, thank you again for sharing with us your process and what you've worked on. So, um, if you don't mind, I'm gonna now segue into our contest winners for the Launch Your Own Satellite contest. So it'd be fun to just hear everyone's thoughts and feelings on the different entries that got honorable mentions all the way up to
Yeah.
the places. So
Let's see them. Yeah, we reviewed these earlier this week. These are the satellite contests. These were awesome. There were tons of great submissions, and so we're going to highlight some of our favorite and then show the top four, I think.
yeah, originally we were going to have just first, second, and third place, but honestly, the team ended up hitting a point during judging where we were asking ourselves, like, what are we judging for? It's all really subjective when it comes down to an art contest. So we kind of were really deliberating between two to win third place. And we were like, let's just add a fourth place because we really feel like this other person deserves to place as well. So I'm going to start with some honorable mentions, and I'm going to start with this one right here, the Archie satellite. I think in the last live stream I was like, someone make an Archie satellite of some kind, and someone did. I don't know if it would have placed or not, but unfortunately it was submitted after the deadline. So it probably would have been higher up in the honorable mentions at least, but I just wanted to quickly shout out to this person. Thank you for making the Archie satellite. I love it.
It
I
was
think, Fush,
it was
I think
very
Fushi's
good.
in the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yes. It's super creative, and I'm glad that Archie always gets some love. I always love to see some Archie love. So thank you to Fushi for this beautiful Archie satellite. I will probably frame it somewhere in our office. Another one that I know, Andrew, you were a fan of this one, is by Playmore Inside.
We got to show Playmore stuff. Playmore leaked the James Webb event on YouTube.
Why?
So if you heard about it there first. Yeah, Playmore has a great YouTube channel, always showing the latest stuff. But this picture is pretty cool. I like how they turn the logo into like space station, and you can see the detail on the logo with like kind of looks like it's like a space station.
I think it's kind of funny. I like it. Imagine if there was a Cell's logo space station or satellite out there just hanging out. Then
it kind of could work. It's got like docking stations or something. Those little circles.
I mean, now that I look at it again, I kind of wonder, was there a reason why it's upside down? A lot of the entries we got, a lot of people made the satellite a weapon. So now I'm wondering if there was a more sinister reason why Playmore made it upside down.
Oh no, is it like a giant laser cannon? I wonder. Some people provided like some really interesting backstories and purposes for their satellites. I don't think this one got anything, but it was just fun to see the Cells logo, like if it were out in space doing its thing.
Yeah. Oh, Cuddly, we did see your Among Us satellite. We liked it a lot. It didn't make the top list, but we thought it was great.
We actually really liked all of them. It was really hard to choose which ones to feature, but in the end we decided to showcase the ones that were the most memorable to us, that we thought either had like really interesting purposes, backstories, or designs. And if and we try to also base it on like if it looks like someone worked really hard on it, that would also be a factor as well. This one I know for me stood out a lot because I thought it was one of the most unique designs I saw out of all of them. So while I was like scrolling through all of them, I was like, oh yeah, that one with like the spiky scanners, like that was pretty cool. So, and I like the colors too. I cannot pronounce the username, but thank you for making this because this is a really cool one.
Yeah, very thoughtful.
Mm-hmm. And then next up, I know Andrew, this was one of your favorites. It was hard to forget this one, even
The
though
subway.
I mean, the guy's name is pretty funny too.
yeah, Gucci
Requiem.
Requiem.
Yeah,
We
this
had
one's this one's
sorry.
hilarious
Yeah.
because yeah, what is it? The sesame seeds are solar panels
Yes.
turning light into energy, and then what else? Oh, it holds over 420,000 subs
Yeah.
inside of it with
It's
69 rooms. It's so stupid.
I said this during judging, but it feels like something that would be in like a Rick and Morty episode or something. If they were being sponsored by Subway.
Yeah. So that was pretty funny. It's
Yeah.
good product placement.
Very cool. I just
Gucci Rec Room.
yeah, I just wanted to share it real quick because it all made us want a Subway sandwich afterwards, or almost all of us.
Yep.
Another cool one was we got a couple 3D model entries, and this one definitely popped out to us as like a really polished one. And I know Andrew was also a fan of this one as well. So we wanted to highlight this one and just kind of like give it some kudos for its craftsmanship. This is by Fury Says. I'm sorry if I butcher anyone's usernames, by the way.
Yeah, good 3D modeling skills. Good craft award.
It's a very interesting shape too. I like the scaffolding on the sides. Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of other 3D models, I also recognized that there was I don't know what software people were using or what tool they were using, but there was like a create your own satellite tool. It seemed like some people were using, and this one stood out amongst most of them because it had like they plotted out like where it was going, what its purpose was, and how it's kind of like the James Webb Telescope has like an unfolding mechanism with the solar panels, which I thought was really cool. So if you look at it on the Discord, you see like just the body is in the first shot, and then this is the one where the solar panels were unfolded.
Oh yeah, this is a space flight simulator. Yeah, this game's super popular.
Oh, cool.
You can, I think you design your ship and stuff.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh,
yeah.
Well, that was perfect to use for this.
Yeah, this was one of my favorites. It had like I think the person included like a flight plan. I think this one was going to like Alpha Centauri.
I think so.
So I thought that was very interesting. So yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, there were actually a lot that was like the purpose was to find Alpha Centauri or to go to Alpha Centauri and like transport people there once it was discovered and that kind of stuff. So it was always nice to see the ones that was like, oh, its purpose is to like go to Alpha Centauri. So because it would be nice to eventually do that at some point in the future. And this one, for me, felt like one of the more unique designs based on like what it was going to do. This was by Semblance RNG Idle Game Gamer. Very nice username.
Nice name.
And the purpose of this one was to create Dyson spheres around suns and stars. And for me, I thought that was like while I don't know if it makes much sense scientifically, it felt very creative, and I appreciated that it was like a unique purpose for a satellite that we didn't see in any of the other entries.
Yeah, we like the storytelling, and also that's what we want to explore too at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eventually there will be some Dyson spheres in the beyond, so it's nice to see some inspiration for it. All right, and then on to our last honorable mention for this segment is by Venom Pool. They made this really in-depth model of their satellite, and they also included a rover, which I think is really cute, over in the corner. It's called the Ant, and it looks like it has like these cool like booster rockets. So mega points for creativity here.
Yeah, we loved all the detail and the artistry. Like, yeah, it's really. It looks like this one's kind of like hand drawn or hand painted. So, um,
Yeah, it looks like digital
or
art.
not. Yeah, digital art. That's what I mean. Yeah,
Hmm.
because they have some shading and stuff. So we like all the details.
Yeah, and again, we just want to thank everyone who submitted their entries for this contest because while it was Discord exclusive and in the past we haven't done ones like that, it was nice to just scroll through it at times and see what people were up to, and just to see everyone's creativity sparking over just this cute little satellites that go out into space. So the entire time that our team was judging all these satellites, we were having a great time seeing what everyone was providing and just showing us and having a good time making. So thank you, everybody. And without further ado, we shall now start going into our placed entries, where this one we felt like it ended up deserving of being placed as well because we had a hard time deciding the top three ones. Our team did deliberate for a little bit of extra time about which ones deserve to win. So without further ado, here we go. Fourth place goes to Regal Sirius for their Sunvita satellite sunflower. And I thought this was also another one that had a very creative purpose to it. Its purpose was designed to be once people started colonizing on Mars, they would start. This satellite would carry supplies and like food to Mars from Earth, and then it would harvest energy from the sun. And it looks like a sunflower, which is a very unique design as well.
Yeah, and Wriggle's in the chat. Yeah, we really like this one. For me, it gives like Mario Galaxy vibes. So it feels like I want to fly around it. And yeah, and we like the concept a lot.
Mm-hmm. So congratulations, Rigel. It's nice seeing you in the chat there. We'll communicate with all the winners about what their prizes are, but I know and I'll talk about that after we announce all the winners.
Oh, Olga said this was her favorite. Nice.
It's a good one. Yeah,
good.
It's one of my favorites too. I know this one was also a favorite of a lot of people's on the team. Like this one, we thought was one of the most creative ones. Like, who doesn't love cats? And it's a catolite. So it has solar panels for eyes and on the sides. It looks like the whiskers are like some sort of antenna. And in the end, I think a lot of us felt like it deserved to place because it was hand painted. And I don't think, at least not off the top of my head, I can think of any other entry that was hand painted with like acrylic paint.
Yeah, there were a few drawings, but this is the only one that was painted. And yeah, so we like the name Catterlight.
Yeah, the catolite.
Yeah.
I think Ryan, you liked this one.
Yeah, Ryan, wasn't this?
I think this was the one I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I'll pull back the curtain. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to win.
Yeah.
Because it's hilarious. I thought it was cute and also just impressive. That we determined, I think, when we were looking at it, that this was actually painted and like on a canvas, right? You could see in the corners.
Yeah.
It's like an actual canvas.
So you can see some of the paint strokes. Awesome. Yeah. I think it didn't end up placing higher because the other ones that placed higher above it gave like some more detailed descriptions of like the purposes of their satellites and stuff. And while this one is really cute and well done, we wanted to know like what was it going out in space for. But even still, we felt like it deserved to place. It was a favorite amongst the team. So congratulations to Xmas JB.
Yeah, great creativity.
Mm-hmm. And then in second place, we have the Gravity. I can't read script very well, but we have the Gravity Harion project.
Horizon? Gravity Horizon.
It looks like Horizon.
Yeah, it's Horizon. Thank you very much. And this is by paralleluniverse.exe. This one we thought was very creative because it just provided like this whole backstory, and I can't even read it all. But
it's hard to read. Yeah.
But I remember like this one had the most detailed backstory behind it. It was just, it's really cool. We appreciate like the blueprint feature, and they even gave like a detailed diagram. If you follow along with it, you can see like they labeled like pretty scientifically what all the parts are for and their purposes and how they make the satellite function, which was something that wasn't pretty common in most of the entries, and we really appreciated seeing this being illustrated in a very creative and unique way.
Yeah, I love the illustration quality. It's very painterly. Like you'll see little details, almost look like veins or like tree branches, and then even that pink background, there's all these colors in there. There's a grid, so I really appreciate the painterly quality to the art.
Yeah, I'm just imagining like a satellite with like neon scaffolding that's like purple like that, and then like a really cool like electric core or something. It's pretty cool. So if anyone wants to check it out in the Discord before that's taken down, probably after this weekend, with all the entries in it, I know the person who entered this recommended that you download it to see the 4K resolution. So that's the best way to be able to like see all the details and to read what goes into this satellite. So congratulations to ParallelUniverse.exe. And then here we go. First place. Are you ready? Should we do a little drum roll? And congratulations.
Look at me.
Oh, found one, Min Vietnam. Congratulations. This is such a cool satellite. Like, it's super detailed. And as soon as we saw it in the Discord, everyone on the team was just like, whoa. So we just want to say congratulations. We think this is a fantastic satellite. Its purpose was also to go to Alpha Centauri, which is always a very cool, admirable goal for a satellite to do.
Yeah, we love the detail and the drawings. Like it looks like it belongs in an anime. And there's just so many cool details. And they also have a lot of details from Cell to Singularity. So they have the Cell to Singularity logo in 2 spots on the ship. And they also have the Vietnam flag. Yeah, and Emily, you said that the backstory of this, they are on a mission to discover Alpha Centauri.
Yes.
And study the solar system.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and to search for alternate planets for life on Earth to relocate to. So it's a very ambitious satellite. I think it's really cool. It feels kind of steampunky, and I like how it feels like a blueprint that I feel like you would see in a movie or something. So congratulations again for all of the winners of these contests. Please reach out to me on Discord to let me know what you want to have as your prize. The prizes for this contest, they might change based on your location because we can, or like what you're playing the game on. Like for example, if you want to have Darwinium, but you play on iOS, it might be a little difficult for us to be able to give that to you. So we'll have to find an alternative. But for 2nd through 4th place, you can have your choice of a Darwinium prize or Cells merch, and we can direct you to our merch page. And also, 1st place, you also get that choice, and you'll also be getting a 3D model of your satellite. Yeah, so this might take us a little while to get to you in the future, but it will happen.
Yeah, so our goal is to supposedly we're going to make a 3D model of this and then put it in the game for a little while. Maybe it'll be in for about a month, and then it'll showcase the winner, but there'll also be a link to all the people that submitted drawings too.
Yes.
So you can see that. But this one's going to be complicated to 3D model. There's so many little like antlers coming off of this thing.
Yeah, there's lots of antennas and solar panels. It's very detailed, so it might take us a little longer than if it were a simpler design, but we are determined to make it happen. So if you don't reach out to me, I'll reach out to you and let you know that you are the winner of this contest, and for all of our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 4th place winners. So congratulations to everyone again who has won. Congratulations to all of our honorable mentions. Congratulations to everyone who submitted their satellites, because we really enjoyed seeing absolutely every single entry. So thank you, everyone, and we'll let you know when the next monthly contest will be. We're still brainstorming. We got some ideas already, but nothing's set in stone yet. So keep an eye out for that on our socials.
Yeah, nice work, everyone.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. And now I think has come the time for everyone's favorite part of the show, the code reveal. So let me just find that. All right. Does anyone have any guesses? I know we usually like to see what people like to guess for the code. So
Looks like
I,
Somebody already guessed it.
somebody guessed
Yeah.
it.
Someone already, yeah, yeah. Someone guessed it right off the bat. You probably put it in the game, and you were like, "Oh yeah, it's satellite." It's a very obvious one this time around. My creativity for these codes is starting to go downhill a little bit. I gotta shape up. But yeah, this one is satellite in honor of our satellite winners and the contest. So that's all caps. SATELLITE. It's a little longer than our other codes. I believe it's for 20 cubes. For anyone who it is on iOS, unfortunately, the code redemption system doesn't work on there due to Apple policy. And the best way to do it is if you have access to a computer and then you can download Cell to Singularity on Steam. You can import your save file on your iOS device using our cloud data transfer system, and then put it into Steam, redeem it from there, and then transfer it back to your phone. I wish there was an easier way to do it, but unfortunately there isn't, and it's out of our control right now. So, blame Apple, I guess.
Yeah. We apologize for that. We'll see.
Yes.
We're trying to get it in.
Yeah. It's on our laundry list, but
Also, just our code system actually. So everyone that enjoys getting the codes, Ryan actually, the duck here, it was his idea to do the code system. So he created that and did the programming and set that whole thing up. So thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was when I was a pretty new hire. I think I'm pretty sure. I think that was my very first big project. So. Looks like it was a success. I'm glad you guys like it.
Oh, I love it.
Still works. It didn't break. It's still working.
It's fantastic, and everyone loves it. Every time I need a code for the live stream, I just hit up Ryan and I'm like, "Hey Ryan, I need a code that's like satellite for 20 cubes. Can you do it?" And he's like, "You got it." And then he makes it available for all of you. So, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Duckman. Everyone is praising the duck in our chat. Okay, I'll pull that up again at the end of the show for anyone who comes in a little late and doesn't know what the code is. But right now, we're rolling into our Q&A session. I know a lot of people had questions for us earlier in the show, so if you want to ask that question again, if you have something that's really burning in your brain that you want us to answer, please let us know now. Now's your chance until next month, so ask away. I really should have music for this section to avoid any awkward silence. That's a note for me in the future.
So yeah, Architect 442, do you guys think about adding a tree for all the events in history, like World War II and Civil War and so on, like history of humanity? Yeah, that's a cool idea. As I mentioned, the James Webb event is a prototype, so we're going to experiment and see how that goes. But the idea is to do these about different events. I'm sorry, different topics. So I don't know. We have the civilization tree, so it's more technology, but yeah, potentially some historical events could be part of it. So yeah. I do like that idea. Yeah.
I know adding like all of these events in history on the tree permanently would be very tricky for us because human history is very extensive and detailed, and we would want to do justice to all different parts of the world. So it is more likely that like big events that happened, we would feature in our limited time events in the future.
Let's see. What else? Fushi's asking, will we update the sea? Eventually, we're going to add a few more animals to the sea. I think for the main tree, we're talking about amphibians, a small amphibian update, and then I know we got to get primates in there. So those are two small things we're probably going to add to the main tree in the next couple months, I think.
Woohoo!
Yeah. But eventually we'll get back to the water. I know we want to do crustaceans on the main tree and get like other sea animals, but that's a little further out.
Laddersaurus asks a really cool question. What's your favorite update so far? We've had a lot of updates. I'm curious to hear what your guys' answers are for this.
Oh,
Right.
I can go first. It's the rock expansion.
No! Ryan, don't throw me under the bus.
Nice.
It'll happen. I'm sorry. That was our April Fool's joke from last year, and a lot of people are still really sad that that's not a thing. But now that we know people really do like rocks, we are seriously considering it.
April Fools is coming up again. I wonder what we'll do.
Not a rock expansion.
Uh, but the events, actually, we could do like a geology expansion, so or a geology event where we do talk about the rocks. So that's one of the reasons the thing I'm most excited about is usually the thing I'm working on right now. So I am really excited about this James Webb event, and then potentially what these events could look like. So when we did the April Fool's rock expansion, a lot of people were like, that looks fun. Like, I want to unlock different types of rocks and learn about them. So this smaller event will give us a chance to explore some of those things in more detail. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone says a sky update, like hot air balloons and planes. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, I just thought they were just saying clouds. Like, I know there's so many different types of clouds, so you could unlock all the cloud types.
It looks like someone said they're having trouble connecting their account to their computer. So if anyone's experiencing any technical issues with their game right now, or if you have a bug to report, please email us at lunch@computerlunch.com. I'm just going to put that in the chat right now. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Since it is a weekend right now, we probably won't get back to you until Monday, but just save this email for in case you ever get any technical issues that you want to share with us.
Enderman Love asks, will you add more Beyond ranks? Yes. So we have not forgotten about the Beyond. That's our agenda. Our long-term agenda is to add about 20 ranks to the Beyond, starting with the nearby stars, going out to like local nebulas, and then eventually collecting kind of the Milky Way. So we do want to tell that story. We are one of the reasons we're doing the James Webb event. So we were kind of asking ourselves over the winter break, we're like, okay, we know we want to do Beyond Phase 2, but it's going to take us like 8 months or something to do all that content. And we know we don't want to wait like 8 months to get stuff to the players. So part of the reason these events are just designed to be a little smaller, but also to do them quicker. So so that's why we're spending a little time on this James Webb prototype. But then once the prototype's done, then we're going to kind of shift gears and start focusing on getting the next ranks out for the Beyond, and then hopefully also doing some more events too. So that's kind of our strategy for the next couple of months.
Yeah, I'm excited. And it looks like some people are asking when it's going to be coming out. So just a heads up, Andrew.
Yeah, I think officially it's probably 2 weeks from now, because we have to do the translations, and there's still a bunch of bugs. And if you want to try it, like if you're on the stream, you can beta test it this Saturday. It's going to be a beta testing in public on Steam, and for all the Android testers that were on the Beyond beta, they will have access to it also.
Yeah, I see someone asking about Bugs World. Yeah, I think insects was definitely something that we've been throwing around that might fit onto this the web events kind of format that we were trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
The James Webb event format, so the smaller event formats. So yeah, I mean this thing is really cool. I think it'll let us do a lot of topics people have been asking for, but we can't really expand into a whole entire expansion. So
yeah, as much as
cool.
I really want it to be like a full expansion, we'll see what our capabilities are in the future. I know we have other priorities, so in the meantime, I'll be pushing for some cool insect live events. So
yeah, and we still want to get insects onto the main trees. So if we did like an insect event where we really do a lot of research on insects, that would be in its own universe, but then we might add a few of the most important